Here's the thing with Isaiah Thomas becoming a Los Angeles Laker. If I'm Isaiah Thomas, I feel bad because no one wants Isaiah to break down the last couple years of Isaiah Thomas's. Let's do like the last 3 or 4 years of Isaiah Thomas's life. Phoenix doesn't want him. Sacramento doesn't really want him. He gets to Boston. He finally finds a place where he's wanted, right? Or where he thinks he's wanted. He goes out and has a good year. Then he turns around and has a great year last year. He gets that team to number 1 in the Eastern Conference. He brings them back to relevancy. The first time they had been relevant since they traded Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and, some other guys that left town. Rondo left and, of course, Ray Allen that left. They were back to relevant in Boston. He was 4th in the MVP vote. He averaged 29 points a game, right? He was the best player on that Boston Celtics team last year, period. He gets to the playoffs, all right? And by the way, he injured his hip in February. So he played on that bad hip for this Boston Celtics team for months because he seen the end goal. He thought he was playing for a new contract last year. So he's playing hard. He's playing hard. He gets to the playoffs, and prayers to his family as well. His sister is tragically killed in a car accident. And I just want to send some prayers to him still. I know that pain doesn't ease. His sister's killed. After that, the hip gets worse. He falls on it in the play. The hip gets worse. He plays anyway. In the playoffs, he's playing. Couple days after he laid his sister to rest, he's playing. A round later against the Wizards, I believe he dropped 50, right? So he's not only is he playing, but he's back playing at an exceptional level. This is coming off a couple weeks after his sister was killed. He drops 50. Finally injures that hip against the Cavaliers to the point where you just got to shut it down. Nope, we can't do it no more, right? In the wildest of scenarios, the one point guard in the NBA that will become available, right? Because Steph Curry is not becoming available. Russell Westbrook wasn't becoming available. The one guy that could say, I don't want to be in Cleveland no more. The one rare situation that could become available. Kyrie Irving. The one that had just got out of the finals. Said, I don't even want to do this with LeBron anymore. The one guy out there that Boston's like, you know what? He's so good. We love you, Isaiah, but this Kyrie we talking about. Brad Stevens loves him, loves Kyrie. They go make a trade. You go get traded from Boston, the team that you thought was going to sign you to a long-term deal. You go get traded to Cleveland. You're moving from Boston to Cleveland, the place where you thought you finally found a home. You did everything you could for Boston. You get traded to Cleveland, right? You get traded to Cleveland, and you're like, okay, this isn't the greatest scenarios, but I'm playing with LeBron James. He's made the final 7 straight years. So everything that's happened, forget it. I'm playing with LeBron James. I go through hip surgery. I'm out until December. I come back, right? It simply does not work out. And after 14 games, Isaiah Thomas played 14 games with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They trade him. They say, nope. Your hips, it's taking too long to get you back together. You don't mess with LeBron. And literally, you got to deal with the fact that the Cavs acknowledge that, you know what, we made a mistake bringing you in. We made a mistake. We shouldn't have brought you in. We should have never made the trade. It was a bad trade. So we're going to go right that wrong and get rid of you again. And now he ends up with the Los Angeles Lakers, and he is not stupid. Isaiah Thomas understands what's going on with salary cap. He understands he was a bargain, right? He got traded to the Lakers because his contract is up after this year. That's what this is. So you know you're not part of the Lakers' long-term plans. You know it. They got a point guard. They got Lonzo Ball. You know you're not a part of their long-term plans. They wouldn't dare give you that money and waste one, because Isaiah wants max money. And you know you're not a part of the long-term plans for the Lakers. They're not going to sign you. No, it's not happening. They're not going to give you any contract. Trust me. Because right now I believe Isaiah Thomas needs to be looking at more like what Jordan Clarkson had. Like 15, 16 million a year. He needs to be looking at more like contracts like that. That's more feasible for him than what max money that he wanted. He thought he was going to get like a year ago. He needs to be looking at more feasible options like that. If they didn't want Jordan Clarkson, who's like 6'3", 6'4", they're not going to want you. It's the reality of the situation. Why would they keep you? You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. You know you're out of Los Angeles. You know you're out. As soon as the season's up. Now you got to find a team that's interested in you. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to take this a step further. I can't think about a team that's going to be interested in Isaiah Thomas, a 5'9", 30-year-old point guard. I don't know a team that's going to be interested in him. Right? And things happen. Maybe the Hawks, and injuries do happen. Maybe a point guard goes down and he, God forbid, tears his ACL or tears his Achilles, and it's a year-long process to get him back to full strength. Maybe a point guard. But look around the league, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone has point guards, or they'd rather go get a Trae Young or Colin Sexton in the NBA draft. So now you look up and Isaiah's like, what am I going to do? Like, think about it. Even the bad teams in the league, they either have a point guard or they're going to want to go young and get somebody in the draft rather than bringing in a 5'9" point guard. Isaiah Thomas, he won't be making max money this summer. He needs to be more focused on finding a team that wants him. He said it 2 days ago. He said, I just want to be with a team that wants me. And that was on his birthday. They traded him 30 minutes after his birthday. The Cavs traded him 30 minutes after his birthday. And unfortunately, it looks like his offseason is going to be tough. He's a very resilient. Could you have gotten, I know you can say he's rich, he's a millionaire, whatever. Could you have gotten through the last calendar year that Isaiah Thomas just got through? Body banged up. Everybody's doubting you because you're undersized. Your sister tragically passes away. That's a pretty tough year for anyone. And now Isaiah finds himself in his Los Angeles Lakers uniform as a rental for about 2-3 months. The Lakers not making the playoffs. And right now, you're just a pawn. And he has to find a team that wants him. I am finding a hard time thinking of a team. Maybe the Pelicans, but they do have Drew Holiday and Rondo. Maybe the Pelicans. I don't know. I'm just thinking of teams that could potentially need somebody like that. He played with Cousins before. It didn't work out. We will see. Isaiah Thomas, though, I'm telling you, I understand this game. He's going to have a hard time finding a home this summer, and that's very unfortunate because he's a good guy. A little arrogant, but nevertheless a good guy.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.